right, welcome into the Prune Packers live stream. Thanks for tuning in. It's a windy day here in Healdsburg, but it's a great day for baseball. I'm Ryan Moffett alongside my partner, Hugo Traverso. And Hugo, it is officially Game 3 in the series, Humboldt Crabs versus Healdsburg Prune Packers. And the series knotted up. One win for each team. Packers fell to the Crabs last night in a surprising loss. You don't see it too often, the Packers going down on home territory or going down at all. They lost, gave up 4 runs in the top of the 9th to the Crabs, and the Crabs came out on top 6-3.
Yeah, I don't even remember the last time Healdsburg lost the game, let alone lost a series. So that was a big win for the Crabs. Big confidence heading into this game for them. They're looking to get on the board early. That is proven earlier on to be the key to keeping this a low-scoring game and possibly beating the Crabs. It has been beating the Packers, excuse me. It has been scoring first and staying controlled, especially the pitching side. Yesterday was an incredible pitching performance from the Crabs, but tonight it's a much different look. Matt Barnes is on the mound for the Pack, and he has been dominant. 3 innings in his first start, 4 strikeouts, only 1 walk, and he's facing Keenan Morris to lead things off.
And some swaggy music for Matt Barnes to warm up to. Again, out of UC Davis, this grounded over to third base, fielded by Sutter, and an easy throw to first, and a great first pitch and first out there for Matt Barnes.
Yeah, he had a pretty solid year at UC Davis, translating that into hopefully a solid summer here in the Berg. Comes here with his fellow teammate Mason Lerma over there. He's staying with him this summer, and Lerma we might actually see earlier or later today.
Here's the pitch, high. So now 1-0.
Jacob Pappas at the plate, and I mean, think about it, or Pappas, excuse me. Think about it, last night, that was a dominant performance from Pappas, defensively at least, out there roving around center field, and he was all over the place, making great catch after great catch, and he's looking to translate that defensive success into some offensive success today.
Yeah, showed off the athleticism out there in the field yesterday, and he was all over the place. You talked about it, and he made some clutch plays for the Crabs, but right there, he's going to get hit right in the elbow, it looks like, by Matt Barnes.
And now you got a guy that you do not want at the plate. There's been some confusion over his last name. Some say Sewell, some say Sewell.
Still haven't figured it out, huh?
We've been told Sewell, but there have been recent changes, so I guess we'll go Cameron Sewell. He's a great hitter, batting .421 on the year for the Crabs. Sewell.
All right.
Like Panay Sewell.
Well, I know that, but if he pronounces it Sewell, Hugo, we might be in a world of trouble.
He's been seeing the ball well this year, Ryan.
There you go.
Sewell. You see that with his .421 average, his 2 homers, and his 12 RBI. He picked up an RBI last night against the Pack in what was a crucial win.
And this hit right into the right center gap. And wow, Pappas showing off the wheels. He's going to get over to third. And it's now a corner situation here for the Crabs. And only 1 down.
Well, you got to see the Pack have just been feeding off of the double plays recently. And no doubt they're looking for one today. The defense in the infield, you got a new guy over at first in Grimmer, but Antonelli Salvatore and Cade Campbell, your regulars in the middle of the infield, they can turn things on a dime. And then Logan Sutter over guarding the other corner at third. He's been great, and he turned 1 last night. So Pack are going to look for another double play.
The breaking ball there, missing down low. So now 1-0 count here for Barnes going against Enyart. Barnes. Same pitch right there, but able to locate it in the zone. That chopped and fielded by Barnes, and he's going to look around and just hold on to it. It may be a little confused. It looked like he looked at home like he thought it was a force at home plate and then just got lost there with the ball.
Yeah, maybe some confusion there. I mean, at the end of the day, that's another bases loaded situation for Humboldt. Their second on this series to start games off. They had bases loaded last night in the first inning, bases loaded again tonight. We'll see what they can do with it, but at the end of the day, pretty good not to force that throw to first if he was a little scared of Pappas coming home.
Here's the throw. Barnes missing low and outside. Going against Tyler Howard. He had a good performance last night.
Hey, they're teammates, UC Davis guys here. Howard looking to win the battle.
And right there, that's a strike. Count goes 1-1.
Yeah, Howard, he was great yesterday in his Crabs debut. 3 for 3, 2 RBIs, and then, you know, following him will be Sutter Moss, who has just not had as stellar of a start, but we'll see if he can turn that around.
There's a great pitch there from Barnes to get that inside part of the zone for strike number 2. Missing upstairs. 2-2 for Tyler Howard.
He's been throwing hard today, 91 miles an hour. Not quite the 94 that his teammate Logan Addison is bringing, but still throws pretty hard. But, you know, 2 UC Davis guys in this lineup. You got Howard and Hirschkorn. Hirschkorn in the hole currently. Both of them no Barnes. I've probably faced him a couple times already through inter-squad, and we'll see how this results.
And another hit by pitch there. Not a great start for the Packers, as that's going to lead to a run walking home easily.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Barnes. Coach Gomes heading out to talk with him. Pitching really has been a tough situation for the Packers recently. Offensively, this squad has been airtight. They've been fantastic, minus yesterday's game, only getting 4 hits. They have just been, you know, lacking, it seems, pitching-wise. Barnes, though, he's a tough kid. He'll come back from it.
Yeah, definitely, and it's really just a pep talk. It's nothing to scare him about getting pulled out of the game. It's still the first inning here, so Gomes still has all the confidence in the world in his guy. It's just giving that confidence to Barnes and letting him feel free out there on the mound, huh, Hugo?
Yes, indeed. I mean, Barnes, he brings a lot of smoke, as you know. He's going to be able to locate. Something that I did see is he locates that one on the outside corner. Something I did see out of him in his first start that I really liked was his confidence on the mound, his demeanor. He's throwing the ball fast, hard, and he's hitting his spots in the zone. He's getting those chases. These Crabs hitters a little bit better.
As a hit goes through the first center gap, and that's going to drive one in. A great hit there by Sutter Moss.
Moss picks up RBI number 13. Despite that 216 average, he has clearly come through when they have needed it with the high amount of RBIs. And now Barnes faces another one of his teammates.
Yeah, and back to that hit by pitch. That was Barnes' 4th of the season. So that provided by our great Jacob Janicelli, stats analyst, just a genius with numbers. You'll hear from him later. He's got all the information on the guys, so he'll be on the broadcast in just a bit. But right now, it's Houston Hirschkorn dealing with Matt Barnes. The pitch. Still working that breaking ball. That's a strike right there against Hirschkorn.
Yeah, Barnes, he's a strikeout pitcher. He's going to look for the strikeout here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see velo the top of the zone against Hirschkorn, although he does know him, so he knows what gets him to tick. .92 mile an hour fastball, top of the zone. He went for it.
Yep, you're right. You know what gets a guy ticking, huh? Huh, Hugo?
I don't know. No, would you know? You seem like a guy that would know.
I wouldn't, but I was saying I think you would know. We'll take that as a no, Hugo. All right. Giving me a lot to work with today. It's game 3 in the series, and Hugo is just washing it all down. A swing and a miss there, and down goes the Crab bat.
Well, a tough first inning here for Barnes, but Barnes is bouncing back, clearly. That was a nice strikeout. He gets it against his teammate. That's got to be a big pick-me-up. And now he's got a guy who really hasn't had the best series, but he's looking to bounce back. He's had a great non-league year here for the Crabs. Been playing well in Humboldt. The heat has somewhat humbled him.
Yeah, and Elijah McNeil, he looks the part. He's got all the swag. He's just got to put it together here against the Packers and Matt Barnes.
Yes, he's dripped out.
If I was dripped out, I would not want you to say I'm dripped out. I feel like that would erase all the drip I have.
I would say the Hawaiian shirt you're putting on today.
It's not Hawaiian, but
Hey,
actually, yeah, it's got a hint of Hawaii.
Hey, Arizona, Hawaii.
They're close, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a Scottsdale Giants shirt.
I don't even know what that is.
The Giants play spring training in Scottsdale.
It's not affiliated with the Giants, Hugo. I'm sorry to tell you.
You're an A's guy.
That fouled off right there. The pitch from Barnes, grounded over to shortstop and fired on the run. Out. So the Packers finally wrap up that top of the first, but Crabs add on 2 to start off the game strongly. And it is 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the first. All right, we are back in the bottom of the first, and the Packers have some makeup work to do as they are down 2-0 to the Crabs, but that's nothing too out of hand here for Jay Souza. A great start. Talk about a response right off the bat.
100%. Jace has been old reliable for the Packers, or should I say new reliable. He's a recent add from Texas Tech, and he's been fantastic. But he's facing, well, the Packers today are facing Peter Caldera. He's got 10 innings under his belt, 1.80 ERA, and 12 strikeouts and 5 walks. Crabs have played a lot more games than the Packers, so they have gotten the chance to give that to get some experience. And now the man at the plate is someone who can tie games up here, and it happens to be one of your favorite players of all time.
Well, that's a stretch, but yes, I'm a fan of Alex Leopard. He's an electric player that can make things happen for this team.
How happy would you be if Alex Leopard got drafted to the A's?
I'd be happy, but they would probably get rid of him right when he breaks out. As this grounded the shortstop in, the throw not in time to beat out the speedy Leopard.
Yeah, well, I mean, both are threats to steal. I said both. I was going to say both were threatening to steal, but nope. Souza no longer on the base paths.
Good observation, Hugo. So now up to bat is Logan Sutter.
Wind blowing in today. It's going to blow moderately left to right, but definitely in.
Yeah, it's been windy. It was windy last night too, so nothing new for these Packers.
Well, it's a guy who's familiar with tying ball games. Logan Sutter, he left the yard yesterday.
Yeah, he had that 2-run shot yesterday that really helped the Packers, but after that, they couldn't get any offense going. And fouled off there by Sutter. Count goes 1-2. Or excuse me, 0-2. Pickoff attempt over at first, no good.
Leopard, he's been solid for the Pack the last 3 years he's been here. He's really one of those guys who's just been a household name out of Sebastopol, California, Annaley High School.
Sutter lays off, and count goes 2-2. So 1 on 1 out here for the Pack. Pitch inside and catches a piece of Sutter's elbow. So he'll get a free trip to first. Now coming up to the plate, Jacob French.
It gives us a chance to look at the defense for the opposing Humboldt Crabs.
Yeah, Hugo, they got Morris over at third, McNeil at short, Sewell and Hirschkorn on the right side of the infield, and then Moss, Pappas, and Howard in the outfield, and then, of course, Kawanosaurus behind the plate, and Peter Caldera on the mound.
And you got a great guy at the plate right now.
Yeah, Caldera has to go against French, who's been pretty good for the Packers lately. Runners on first and second. Leopard doing a dance. Here's the pitch. Hit hard in down the left field line by French. Leopard coming home. Sutter sliding into third. And it's a double for Jacob French.
Yep, French, he's back to business with the Packers. Has had some down games, and he is back here. Packers, they've learned how to respond, something that the Crabs were not banking on. I remember last year, though, the Packers had a great reputation to come back in games. Went to one game, they were down 6-0 in the first, came all the way back and won that game 10-6. So, you know, look at it. Yesterday's loss might be a loss that they have to motivate them in the coming games.
Yeah, that could just be an early wake-up call. Usually we see the Packers, they go a long time before taking their first loss, and it might not be a bad thing losing early. Just to hit the reset button and take self-evaluation. This grounded right over down that left field line again. And Sutter's going to come in for the score, and just like that, Hugo, we've got a tie ball game.
Well, the two Cal Golden Bears come in clutch. They get a hit tonight, their first in a few days. Couldn't get it done last night. The boys from the California Public Schools could not get on base to save their lives. Only 3 men got on base out of the 5 or 6 that played from Cal State schools. And now, I mean, they're making big impacts early.
Yeah, great job. They're starting off hot today. Good job by the Packers, and good job by Caldera there, throwing a strike in the outside part of the zone. He's going against J.C. Agard. Agard lays off that one low in the dirt.
Agard pretty much surprised everyone. He had a tough spring, batted .237 at San Jose State, and then comes here and his bat explodes. So far, he's batting .471 on the year, and he's played a lot of games.
And this right here, you talk about explosions, Agard hitting it right out there. Right fielder runs into the wall. I mean, that was a flashy sac fly.
Yes, it was. And that gets Agard his 9th RBI of the season. 3 homers, 9 RBIs now for J.C. Agard. And, I mean, what a catch made out there by Howard. He's going to take a break, get his hat from a kid, and head back out there.
Yeah, we talk about that ball just being crushed 100 miles per hour off the bat, Hugo.
Yeah, well, that's what you have to learn to expect from these Packers. And now you've got Blake Grimmer coming to the plate.
What's he walking up to, Hugo? What's his walk-up song? Tell me.
A Marley song? Bob Marley song?
Yeah, Bob Marley. There you go, Hugo. You know your stuff.
Yes, sir. I don't have as much music knowledge as you do. I'll be honest.
But I don't have as much as you.
No, your music knowledge is insane.
Insanely bad. So a 1-0 count for the new addition in Grimmer. Here's the pitch. Let it go down low. 2-0.
Yeah, Grimmer, he batted .318 and 44 at-bats this year for Tennessee. 4 homers, 15 RBIs. It is a reliable bat for them and only a redshirt freshman.
And right here, showing off that reliability. He gets a hold of that one. It's going to roll out to center field, and now Burge on third. And a great single by Blake Grimmer. Great start as a Packer.
Walking up to some Eazy-E.
There you go.
But what would you say is your favorite rapper, Ryan?
All right. And again, we got to, before I answer that question, Hugo, that last hit by Blake Grimmer, 106 miles per hour off the bat.
Oh my goodness.
Just ripped.
Well, they say the SEC is the best conference, and that exit velo really shows it.
Yeah. But to answer your question, I would have to go Ice Cube, because him and I are really tight. We've hung out before for 2 seconds. He gave me a fist pump, so that's my guy.
Yeah, Ice Cube, legend from South Central LA.
Yep.
And right now, it looks to be a good day for the Packers.
All right, I see what you did there, Hugo. Attaboy.
Fellow Ice Cube fan here in the booth.
As this hit, another one into the outfield for the Packers, and that is an RBI right there for Cade Campbell.
Well, Packers layering it on. They know that they need to not stop tonight. Humboldt can rally late like they did last night, and if it hadn't been for a clutch strikeout, it would have turned into a longer game and probably even more of a blowout.
First pitch by Caldera, missing the zone, inside. And Salvatore is up to the plate. A lot of pressure that he doesn't know about on him today. And a lot of people rooting for him to get player of the game.
Hey, he's been pretty much the unsung hero for these Packers. Been 324, leads the team in RBIs with 12, and he has 3 homers already this year. He has just been someone that has exploded out of Texas Tech.
That's right. Here he pops this one up, shallow outfield, and that'll be caught by Elijah McNeil. Third out there, but Packers accept the challenge from the Crabs and double it. 4-2, Packers lead heading into the top of the second. We'll be back in just a few moments. Oh. All right, back here in Healdsburg, top of the second, and it's still Matt Barnes on the mound for the Packers. And that's a first pitch strike right there for Barnes.
Yeah, he's due to face the 9-1-2 batters for Humboldt. He's trying to recover his outing, expecting him to go 3 or 4 as the starter here.
And just like that, it's 0-2.
Yeah, Packers have suffered a little bit defensively in PEL competition.
The pitch to Soros, hit, and that's right down the right field line. And they're going to say, not so fast, landed foul. And Hugo, what's your take on that hit right there?
I don't know. I think that was a lot closer than normal. I thought that was going to be fair. I thought that was going to be a triple.
Yeah, Soros got on his horse.
One of our stat guys, Emmett. Emmett, what would you say?
45.05 degrees to the right, so it's just foul.
So it's just foul. 45.05 degrees to the right, so that makes it foul. As our
Wow.
hit tracks, ladies and gentlemen.
That umpire's got some great eyes.
Yeah, that was great. Great job there. Down there on first base.
And that'll do it. Barnes rings up Soros. Strike 3, and he goes down. A little disappointed with that one, talking to the umpire.
Yeah, strikeout number 2. But again, Soros was crowding the plate, and I know some of these umpires here, they are hardliners. They're guys who are, they've been in the game for a long time. They have pretty much manufactured their zone to stay consistent, and they know if you're crowding the plate, they are not going to give you any benefits.
Have you ever met any soft liner umpires?
There was a guy I remember specifically in Cloverdale who, I'm not kidding, the strike zone was, and this was AAA, was shoulders to socks. So being a tall guy at the time, I was like 5'9", which is pretty tall for AAA. And that was a rough day for me at the plate.
Wow, Hugo. You've seen it all. You've seen it all in the baseball world, but you almost just saw a diving play by Cade Campbell at shortstop. His throw, he just couldn't get it there in time, so that'll be a base hit there for Keenan Morris.
Yeah, Barnes can't let that Barnes can't let that affect him too hard. Hard hit ball up the middle, base hit. Seen a lot of those. These hitters for Humboldt, as Nolan was mentioning in batting practice, they're not looking to hit the ball out. They're looking to hit hard line drives into the outfield to get them at least 1-2 bags, and keep the carousel going. Bring runners home, send them to bat. Just keep it moving.
Especially in a ballpark like Rec Park with such odd dimensions. You can't be going for home runs every time. Just the difficulty of hitting it out in some of these parts of the park is tremendous. So those contact hits are all you need.
Yeah, I've simulated a major league game in this ballpark, and there was only 2 home runs in that game. I should probably simulate more to see if my results are consistent, but only 2 bombs in a ballpark like this, just shows how hard it is to hit here.
As this one poked down the line, but again, landing on that right side of the foul line.
Yeah, a lot of balls being hit opposite field or down that right field line by these Humboldt hitters. Something that is consistent from last night. They changed their approach a lot from night one. Night one was not their best night. Last night was arguably their best of the season, and tonight they're looking for more of the same. They've kind of found their stuff, and now being in the PEL in the second year, so many more competitive players and teams have joined the league.
And a throw down here from Burge. They got him. Burge shows off the golden arm.
That was absolutely beautiful. Burge. The Packers, no matter what, they have fantastic catchers. Think about it, Hideki Prather, he showed off his arm last night, gunned down 2 runners. Burge just got his first and only the second inning. We know these 2 teams are going to play small ball. They're going to look to fight for every run. They're going to look to steal bags. Packers had quite a lot of steals last night, but only got gunned down once. And so we'll see. It's going to be a battle of whose catcher is better.
As this one weakly hit up the middle, and a tough hop leads to it getting away from Cade Campbell.
That is the Rec Park infield. You'll see that. You see it saw it at the NBL championship game just over a month ago between Cardinal Newman and Windsor. Windsor shortstop Brandon Curry was set up at short. It was a hard chopper hit to him, and it was high bouncing the entire time. And then right there, it died. Went right under his legs into left field. Costed Windsor a run. But, wasn't the best night for the Windsor infielders.
Barnes, and it looks like it caught the toe of the batter there. So that's going to be a free base for Cameron Sewell.
Yeah, tough one there for Barnes. And just remember, he's only entering his second year of college. Pretty sure it'll be his sophomore year. Might be his redshirt freshman year, but we'll see. And he's a hard-throwing righty. He's projectable. He's a guy that UC Davis really liked. When I was talking to their coach, they're very excited about the potential for him, and they're excited about what he can do for the Pack this summer.
As this one hit, same spot, right up the middle. Campbell showing off the glove work. Flips it to Savitere for out number 3. I mean, talk about getting fancy. Packers hold the Crabs scoreless in the top of the second to keep their 4-2 lead, and we'll be back as they try to add on in the bottom of the second. All right, back here in Healdsburg, bottom of the second, and Hugo Traverso to my left just listened to Beyonce for the first time here at Rec Park.
Not true, but
You were just telling me you've never heard her.
I didn't say that. I'm not an avid listener of Beyonce.
Huh, that's weird, Hugo.
Yeah. Not an avid listener of Queen Bee, as they would like to call her, I think.
Yeah,
Pretty sure.
all her fans, they're called the Beehive.
Is that Justin Bieber?
No. Did you say Beaver?
Justin Bieber.
Oh. No, I think they're Beebsters or something.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll get into fan groups and
Are you part of
later
any
on.
fan groups? Or some, what is it, like fan clubs?
I'm part of the Ryan Moffett fan club.
Yeah, that's a rare club. Only
Yeah.
probably 3 people in it. My parents and you, Hugo.
Yeah. Not even
And-
your brother?
Well, my parents are actually trying to look on getting rid of their membership, so it might just be you.
Yeah. Other fan clubs I'm a member of. Prune Packers, definitely.
Doesn't count.
Cardinal Newman Baseball, Jack Pozzolo, Josh Janicelli. Duo, dynamic duo.
That fouled off hard by Jay Souza.
Chris Schaefer.
All right, now you're just naming people. These people don't even have fan clubs.
Hey, shout out Chris Schaefer, though, today. He just got a promotion with the Packers. He's our new game day ops manager, so congratulations to you, Chris.
Yeah, shout out Chris Schaefer. That grounded out there, 4 and out. But Chris Schaefer, he's also got that podcast, Hugo. He's got the Hilarious Handbook. So if you want to support our guy, Chris Schaefer, go check out his podcast. It's all about college life.
Yeah,
So go check it out, huh, Hugo? Have
Yeah.
you checked it out yet?
I have not, but he's born.
You just said you're in the fan club.
He's out of Idaho. He came here out of Idaho, and he's going to Sonoma State. So it's I'll be listening to it soon because I don't know the perspective of someone who's from out of state coming to SSU. So it'd be really nice to see that. You know, the outsider's perspective of Sonoma County, of the Burg, of Rohnert Park.
It's not nice to call people outsiders.
Well, it's fundamentally, you know, he's one of us with the Packers, and you know, if I went to Idaho, I am an outsider.
Not quite. You're in the U.S.
True. We are all Americans here.
So now up to bat is Alex Leopard.
Alex Leopard, your guy, is at the plate, Ryan.
Yeah, you're right, Hugo. He's looking to improve here. Had that fielder's choice last at bat. Had Souza in front of him, and Souza got out over at second. Okay, wow. All right, and here's the pitch to Leopard, and a big swing there, but a big whiff.
Yeah, he gave him a 3-1 buffet pitch there, and he nearly sent that one deep into the right field bleachers.
Leopard, I mean, just hammers this thing, but it's going foul.
He's been battling here. Full count, only 1 down. Trying to get the Packers back in business. It's the top of the order yet again.
The pitch from Caldera, and obliterated by Leopard out into right field. That's gone. Alex Leopard. That ball had a family. Oh my goodness. We'll see if TrackMan even got a look at that ball. It was out of here in a hurry.
That was absolutely launched. Alex Leopard doing what he does best with the Pack. He hits bombs, and he does it again. Exits to the same part of the ballpark as he always does. TrackMan catch that, Ryan?
It looks like it didn't.
Unfortunate.
I mean, that was crushed, Hugo.
And now you got another power hitter at the plate in Logan Sutter. So we'll see what he can do. Sean.
Here's the pitch to Sutter. He's going to ground that over to shortstop. McNeil fires and gets the out. So now 2 down for the Packers.
What did Susan
But
do?
Jacob French coming up to the plate.
What? Grounder? Grounder, 4-3? Okay. Well,
Jacob French looking to do the same, but nobody's on for him. He had that RBI double last inning.
Well,
Let's see what he does here.
his swag has been on, so we'll see if he can keep it on here.
That one down in the dirt. 2-0 count. Pitch to French. Swung on and hit over into shallow right field. Tracking it for the catch is Tyler Howard. Getting that third out, helping his pitcher Caldera out. But the Packers add one on in the bottom of the second. It's now 5-2. Packers ahead. We'll be back in the top of the third when the Crabs look to respond.
We're back here. It is the top of inning number 3. Matt Barnes, the second, is still on the mound for the Pack. After cleaning it up, he really cleaned it up in the second inning, didn't he, Ryan?
Yeah, definitely did. I mean, not the cleanest start, but he's definitely come back to help these Packers and shut them out in the second. He'll look to do the same here.
And well, he's definitely more confident on the mound. 0-2 count now to Tyler Howard, trying to win the second battle against his teammate.
As he skips that one off the dirt there. So 1-2 count. Here's Barnes. That hit right back to him, gets past his glove. Saviteri tries to barehand it, and it gets away from him.
Yeah, that's what, you know, this infield giveth and it taketh away. And it takes away from Saviteri there.
Yeah, tough play there. I mean, you talk about the difficulties of playing in this infield. The hops are so unpredictable. So now up to the plate is Sutter Moss for the Crabs. That off the end of the bat, and it's going to go foul over towards the Packers bullpen.
It looked like Mason Lermo was trying to make a play on it, and he does. He bare hands it off of a bounce, I should say, off of a hop. He bare hands it, and he's going to walk it back in.
Pitch. Just missing the zone. I'm not sure where it missed there, Hugo.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a great frame job by Burge, but yeah, it did hit just on the off the outside part of the plate. Tough break there.
So one on, but nobody out. Here's Barnes. And another foul ball there. Good job by Moss, just staying alive.
Yeah, he's been forcing a lot more contact. He seems to be taking more complete and consistent at bats now after what was really a slump start to the spring, or to the summer for him.
The pitch to Moss. We've got a runner going. Burge throws it down. And he got him. 2 on the day for Burge. And, of course, Burge, another one of those favorites for player of the game. He's putting up a good fight for it here.
Yeah, I mean, he's had nothing but a great summer. And Howard can't even believe it. That throw was there before even Cade Campbell was there. And you would think that, you know, Burge and Campbell would be on the same mindset because they're both Golden Bears. But a great throw down by Burge. Campbell able to make the play. And just like that, one down for the Pack.
Yeah, and his pitcher, Matt Barnes, was thankful for that one. After the throwdown, he pointed to him and said some words probably. Shout out Alex Burge.
2 in 2 innings. We'll see how many he can get tonight. And with this 3-run lead, that cushion is going to be pushed.
As this one popped up, shallow left field, 3 guys over there, and caught by Cade Campbell. Great play by him, great hustle.
100%. Shows off the speed there. Just Usain Bolt running, pretty much traversing the entire left side. And over near the foul line, makes the play.
Yeah, I mean, nothing funny about it, Hugo. That was just a great play. Not sure about you, Hugo. You talked about having water polo practice today, and complaining about hitting legs as a strike's thrown. Oh, they're going to call that a miss, Hugo.
That was a little inside. No, I was supposed to have it yesterday. Couldn't go, though. I had an appointment, and so I went today. Well, I didn't go today. I went to the gym today and did the workout that we were supposed to do. The practice today is currently going on right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Quitter.
Broadcaster.
Now, there you go.
The Pack just means more.
Wow. Commitment to excellence. So up to bat is Houston Hirschkorn as he gets a hold of this out into right field. Alex Leopard out there. Tracks it down for out number 3. And once again, another scoreless inning from Matt Barnes, putting in the work. And the score still 5-2. Packers on top. We'll be back in just a few moments. All right, back here in Healdsburg, and the man who has all the throwdowns today is going to lead off the pack here in the bottom of the third, Alex Burge. Lays off the first pitch.
Yeah, Burge, as I mentioned earlier, great batter, well over 500 now in the year, and he is making a case for player of the game.
As he has to jump over that one. His fellow players heckling him, telling him to take it.
Yeah, well, I think the nerves there are a lot worse when you get hit on the foot versus being hit on the shoulder or maybe on the thighs. You mentioned these guys just are jacked, and so getting hit in certain places is not going to hurt because of the amount of muscle there.
I don't know. I think it would still hurt, Hugo. I mean, you're getting hit by a ball coming at close to 80 miles an hour, so it's gonna hurt you, Hugo.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
don't care how
it's
much
gonna
muscle
hurt.
you have.
It is gonna hurt, but it's not gonna hurt as much as like pure bone in like the ankle.
Yeah, I know you're kind of similar to a lot of the players here. You've got a lot of muscle, so you can take those hits. But me, I wouldn't want to take that pitch. All right, Caldera fires in another inside pitch. Burge will take his walk.
Good discipline there from Burge, and now sets it up for the man at guard. He's got great power, and they do not want this getting out of hand here. Crabs used pretty much a lot of their really consistent and skilled pitching earlier on in this series.
Caldera serves it up, and a guard fouls that one high and out of play.
Looking at that bullpen down there, they're playing hacky sack, so I think they're confident enough in Barnes to go another inning. We'll see if they decide to do that, but if not, when we have the call to the bullpen, we will bring on the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Numbers, Jacob Janicelli.
Yeah, that's a great nickname for him, Mr. Numbers.
Yeah, and he comes from the same, he can now say he comes from the same college as the Pope. Goes to Villanova University.
Wow.
I don't think he himself is a White Sox fan, being from Northern California, but we'll pick his brain about that when he gets on the live stream.
That grounded over to third. Morris fires on the run and gets the out. A guard over at first, but Burge advances to second. So now coming up to bat, Blake Grimmer had a great start. Had that 106 mile per hour off the bat single in the second inning. There's the pitch to Grimmer. He'll lay off, but it's called a strike. So the 0-1 count. Here's Caldera. Grimmer gets called up for another strike. That looked inside, Hugo.
Yeah, I mean, he's been, like I said, this umpire's been very consistent with his thoughts towards guys crowding the plate. We got a 2-2 count here. Just enjoy. Letting you all enjoy the ambient sounds of historic Rec Park. Here's the pitch, and that one is hit foul. We're up here in the Clarence Runavera grandstands to historic Art McCaffrey Field. Ryan's a little indisposed right now.
Well, yeah, I'm a little distracted, Hugo. You keep drawing all over our poor score box.
Great pitch there to finish off. Looked like a changeup, little chase pitch there. Finishes off Grimmer.
Yeah, Caldera needs more of that just to keep the Packers scoreless in this inning, give his offense a chance to come back. And I mean, it is only a 3-run game.
A guard. What did he do? To where? Okay.
The pitch from Caldera hit over to the shortstop, fielded. McNeil's throw beats out the runner. And that'll do it. 3 outs for the Crabs, and the Packers are held scoreless.
All right, we're back here, top of inning number 4. Got a new pitcher on the mound for the Packers. Is Ryan Combs out of Tennessee, but we've got our analytics guy, Mr. Numbers, Jacob Janicelli. He's in the booth to talk to us about the Packer relievers, and on top of that, not only that, but also Packer hitting in general. Thank you for joining us, Jacob. I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, I'm well.
All right, well, Jacob.
I'm excited to talk about some of our pitchers this year.
As there's a fly out to center from McNeil to lead things off. What is the pitcher you've seen the most consistent velocity from, at least over these past few weeks?
Well, our biggest high velocity guy is, of course, Logan Addison. I think he must have 9 of our 10 fastest pitches this year. But he really commands it well.
Yeah, and then in terms of like pitching metrics and everything, who is the pitcher you've been the most impressed with this year?
I have been impressed, and we'll see him later today, Mr. Mason Lerma. Is not as impressive on the speed as someone like Addison, but his stuff is really good. He has 16 recorded pitches, 14 for strikes.
Is he someone you've been incredibly surprised with, or is there anyone that really stands out that you were expecting a little bit less of a performance than they have put on for the Pack this summer?
We can go back to Lerma. I mean, pitchers, a lot of our guys, 6'2", 6'3", 6'5", some of them. Lerma at 5'9", and a Newman guy. A Newman graduate like ourselves.
Yes, yeah.
You're not a graduate yet.
Not a graduate yet,
Not a
but
graduate
next year.
yet, but a Newman man. And
Yes.
he was good at Newman.
He
and
was.
he has really improved these last few years since he graduated.
Yeah, he dominated two of our colleagues, Nico Horning and Jacob Van Rolkel's high schools. So that one's fouled off. Oak Ridge, he got a no-hitter against Oak Ridge. Secured him. Davis offered him on the spot. He committed to Davis a week later, and the rest is history. Had 35 and 2/3 innings pitched this year. Kept his ERA really low, one of the lowest actually on the Packer squad, 1.01. Out of the starters, though, looking at who's gone and who's been consistent, anyone out there that stood out to you?
I have been impressed. This is Ryan Combs' first start, but I was watching some of his film the other night, just getting prepared, and a lot of our guys, you know, a lot of fastballs in the summer. Combs has primarily thrown a changeup.
So that one is swung on and missed. I believe that was his changeup there.
That was. It's a really great pitch.
We'll stay here as we head to the break, but Jacob, now we're heading to the plate, but we'll stay with these pitchers, and you know, I'm going to ask you. You're an analytics guy. We'll get more into baseball in general. Is there anyone in the majors that you see as the most dominant pitcher, whether that be spin rate or velocity or whatsoever?
Tim Lincecum, 10 years ago.
All right. I respect it.
There's no one like him.
Are you a Giants guy?
I am a Giants guy.
Yeah. How would you, if you were to do a pro comp with your own brother, Josh, who's currently ranked in the top 150 of MLB pipeline prospects for the 2025 draft, if you were to do a pro comp, who would you compare him to?
Oh, boy. Well, any big righty, you know. He's got his changeup. You know, there are a few guys out there. He's no Shohei Ohtani, but he's doing all right. We'll see how he does.
And so, but looking at it, there's one pitcher that stands out to me, at least on this roster. It is Devin. Devin, he's out of George Fox University, the only Division III guy on this squad. Actually, one of the only guys who is not playing Division I baseball. And, you know, he's had intense spin rate, at least from what I've seen. His spin rate has been up there on the team.
Yeah, he's got one of the highest spinning sliders. He really only throws fastball, slider, but fastball comes in around 90, and then slider in the low 80s, and that thing spins, it moves, and he controls it really well.
Well, incidentally, Saviteri will step up for the Pack, and he's had a great season. 3 homers, 12 RBIs. In terms of hitters, who has stood out the most?
Well, we can talk about Saviteri right now. We were playing a little game with the Packers players earlier before the game of Guess Your Teammate, where we gave them a few of their teammates' stats to see if they could figure out who they belong to. And Saviteri came up, one of the lowest whiff percentages on the team at only 7%. So when he swings, you can expect contact. And then additionally, in his first 28 at-bats, 27 he put in play. This is a guy that really knows how to put the bat on the ball, make the defense make mistakes.
We've been doing a lot of charting. That pitch was a little outside there. Do you agree with the umpire on the strike call? Or on the strike call?
Well, we've seen this umpire a few games this year. Definitely might favor the outside corner, but generally our Packers umpires has been pretty well, and we have the pleasure of seeing the strike zone on our computer, but you know, no umpire is perfect.
Well, there's been a few perfect games, but yeah, no umpire is perfect. Speaking on that, would you be opposed, or would you like to see the implementation of a pitch challenge system, or just in general robot umpires?
You know what, Hugo? Let the men umpire. I don't want to see any robots out here. All right, it's a part of the game. It's a part of our beautiful game. that we have umpires, and you know, not everything is black and white. You can put a strike zone out there, but you know, a ball catches it by a centimeter, maybe it doesn't. That's part of the game.
Very true. Now Jay Souza comes up, and he's had a great start with the pack. How would you characterize Souza? Is he spray hitter? Does he favor one side? And especially with where he's looking to hit, is he looking for pitches inside, outside? As he flares that one into left field to get down for a hit, but let's stay consistent with that one.
Yeah, well, he has been primarily a center fielder or a pull guy, but he goes inside out on that one. He's been a very good inside ball hitter as he goes to left field with that one.
All right, well, Alex Leopard stands in. Is he similar? He launched that one back in inning number 2, and that pitch seemed inside that he absolutely tanked all the way out into right field for a homer that went around 360 feet.
Yeah, Leopard's spray chart fills up the field. This guy can put the ball anywhere in the outfield. Definitely best inside, low middle, and high middle as well, as that ball goes away from the catcher.
Yeah, wild pitch there. Crabs might look to go to the bullpen, move on from Caldera. They've got some guys warming up out there.
Leopard's been a really great off-speed hitter. Has not swung and missed on an off-speed pitch so far, and he's seeing them well. He's seeing the ones that are leaving the strike zone. He has not chased a pitch either. Really disciplined hitter.
And Leopard lines that one into center field. 1 run will score. Coming around the bend and scoring will be Souza, and the Pack extend their lead to 5 runs.
Well, that pitch was thrown middle, according to TrackMan. So someone as good as Leopard's going to put that ball in the outfield.
Yeah, well, great job by him. 2 RBIs on that one, up to 7. And on the year, 3 on the day. And our colleague Ryan Moffett is very happy. He's been calling for Alex Leopard to be player of the game for a while. And he might get that chance right now, the man at UCSD.
He's competing with my pick, Alex Burge, tonight. As a couple of those throwdowns and a RBI single as well.
Yeah, so we'll see if Burge can maybe launch one out or get a triple, get something to put him in that vote. I know you guys don't normally measure pop times, but looking at it, you've watched the film. Who is the most standout catcher, at least on this squad? You've got a lot of very good ones.
I mean, you can't have a slow pop time if you're Alex Burge to get those 2 pickoffs today, or the throwdowns today. That guy gets the ball out quick. Really good recognition of the runner. Gets the ball out, lets the shortstop make the play.
Well, it's 2-1 now to Logan Sutter. Was in this spot yesterday and pulled one onto University Street. It was a great pitch. He swings a lot, though. He swings big, and it's costed him. He's at 11 strikeouts on the year. I would be curious about his whiff percentage and the stuff that, you know, a pitcher would like to throw to him if they want to get a swing and miss.
Yeah, his whiff percentage is only at 20% right now. It's just a little up there, but he is aggressive. You need aggressive guys on a team that are going to put the ball in the field, and you'd look at his spray chart, and he puts the ball everywhere. Inside pitch, outside pitch, high, low inside.
Very true. Sutter fouls that one off on the 3-2. If you're an MLB executive and next month age isn't even a factor, no factors in the MLB draft, who are you taking first from the Pack?
I'm taking you, Hugo. I'm taking
seriously.
you. No. We need someone like you on the Giants. We do.
No, you're an MLB exec, and you're looking to build and you're looking for a player to build something with. As Sutter grounds that one. Great play by McNeil. The throw down, not in time. The big, lanky UC Davis commit will be heading there with one of your brother's teammates, Jack Pizzolo. Couldn't make that throw in time. So Sutter reaches on the single there. But yeah, no, seriously, if you're looking at someone, who are you thinking is going to dominate the majors?
Right now I'm looking at a guard, one of the highest slugging percentages in the PEL in the league, and every night he steps up to the plate and you're on home run watch. You're on triple in the gap watch. He can put the ball far at will.
Very true. You know, he's had a great summer compared to when I saw him play against Stanford. He was, you know, having a tough spring, and he's turned that around into, you know, what is just an incredible summer on an incredible team. And as a team, the Packers have been great offensively, haven't they?
They have been. I mean, we've been watching these games. We've all been here and see them go even for 11 in an inning sometimes. It's not out of the question. When the bats get hot, they get really hot. And we are as good at our first hitter as we are at our ninth.
Yeah, last night fell a little short. What did you see as the problem there for the Pack?
Well, hard to win when you give up that many runs, you know.
Very true.
But it really was an all-around effort. Our most errors this year, so the fielding wasn't phenomenal, and our fewest hits as well.
As Jacob French lines this one, it will get down fair. It'll kick into the right field corner. 1 run scores, 2 run scores. French, he's going 3. The throw in is not even going to be in time. He's sliding in, safe into third. Jacob French, a triple. And the Packers lead 9-2. The man who came to the Pack with the highest average in the spring out of Cal, 390. He's got his average up past 320 with that triple, and making an argument to rival Alex Leopard with player of the game. He's already got a triple and a double. Close to the cycle, he can put one in the right field bleachers pretty easily, as we have seen in batting practice. Great job there. What did you see from that one for French?
Just a great ball, finding the right field line and not looking back. French is a really great hitter on those pitches.
Well, my goodness, Packers, 4-run explosion in the 4th inning, and now it's your guy Alex Burge coming up. McNeil will play in, and on second thought, he'll move back. Humboldt now, they're going to be hoping to get out of this inning.
Burge is someone you do not want to miss on the inside corner, too. His best slugging zones are on the inside.
And see, this is why we have our analytics. And if you're a player, you're a college player watching this, or a coach, you want to send your kids to the Healdsburg Prune Packers. State-of-the-art technology, TrackMan hitting hit tracks as Burge flies that one out. Will be caught, most likely will be a run. Catch is made, and the throw home from Moss is just to the right, so a run will score on the sac fly. Burge's 2nd RBI of the game and his 9th of the season.
Yeah, not Burge's most effective zone as a hitter, that outside pitch, but he found a way to get to the outfield. And no hit for him, but it gets an RBI. Sends his teammate home.
Now it's the man you spoke so highly of, JC Osario, a guard, coming into this game. Was batting .471, 0 for 1. He flew out to right, got an RBI back in the 1st inning. So
A guard has not seen a pitch he doesn't like. His chase percentages are pretty high. Fastball and slider both in the 30s. But when he gets a hold of one, as he misses that one.
Yeah, that one's grounded out to first. Great job there by Caldera to get over and cover that one. It's been a great game so far for the Pack as they look to keep the carousel moving. Blake Grimmer, a little Bob Marley coming to the plate.
What are your first thoughts on Grimmer, Hugo? It's our first time seeing him this game.
He's a big lefty. I was really surprised at his numbers out of Tennessee. Lanky guy. He's only a freshman. He's got a lot of power, and he's looking to have a really bright future over there at Tennessee. He could be like Blake Burke. He could be a future first-round pick over there out of the SEC, and he's getting a great summer started with the Packers.
Way to wear it. Welcome to the team.
Yeah, now Cade Campbell comes to the plate. Packers have batted around quite a few times this year, and they look to continue that today. Caldera staying out there. He might be stalling. You might think he's going to get pulled as they are going to go into full bullpen out in the Crabs bullpen in right field. First year here in Healdsburg that you've not had that pesky right field goal. As that one is hit, McNeil tosses it on to second to retire the side. But Jacob, your knowledge is incredible, and your help has been also incredible. We'll have to bring you back on very soon, maybe even tonight, later on. Thanks for stopping by.
I'd love to. Thank you, Hugo.
We'll step aside. Packers explode for 5 runs, 10-2, your score after 4. And we're back here. Packers up 10-2, looking for another lockdown inning from their guy from the University of Tennessee. But a great start from Pappas as he is going to gun for 2. The throw in from French is not in time, and in standing up with a leadoff double is Jacob Pappas.
Great piece of hitting right there. And by the way, Hugo, I'm back. I'm back.
He's back. The music man, Ryan Moffett, is back on the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Hugo, what do you got planned for dinner?
My dad is cooking up some beautiful bison pasta. My dad is, funny enough, first-generation Italian.
Wow.
And so great food is always coming out of the ears of my house. My parents, both incredible cooks. My mom actually a caterer.
Oh.
And don't know if this is a rightful plug, but Healdsburgtable.com if you ever need recipes or anything, if you want to cook, your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, whatever. If you want to cook your family a good dinner, Healdsburgtable.com will provide you with recipes and the exact measurements to make a great homemade meal from scratch.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You a good cook?
I've tried to be. I was alone last week and was pan cooking after these games, some good burgers. I felt like I did well, and I think people I cooked for would agree. 0-2 now is outside at the plate is Cameron Sewell. He saw that well to lay off of it. Great performance here from Combs, and we'll bring Jacob back in a few innings to talk more about Barnes and Combs and how they pitch tonight, as well as the future relievers coming on for the Packers. The 1-2 swung on and hit hard, but just foul off to the right. Crabs continuing their work in the bullpen. Don't know who's in the bullpen. We'll see.
Yeah, tough to tell over there. A lot of guys sitting down, though, for the Packers.
Yeah, it would be cool to send someone down there. We'll see. 1-2 on the way. Outside, 2-2. Sewell battling. Holding off some great pitches. You know, the discipline for these Humboldt hitters has been spectacular to watch over the past 2 nights. And now Sewell trying to work a full count or bring home a run. Humboldt trying to have some offensive explosions for themselves. 3-2. My score prediction is still in play. I have the Packers winning 13-5 tonight.
I mean, they are on track. Holy cow, Hugo. They have 10 runs today.
Yeah, Ryan, I think you were doodling a little bit as Sewell works an 0-2 count into a walk. Drawing pictures of the crew and
yeah, I was a little distracted. I didn't miss anything, though. I saw that triple that Jacob French had. That was impressive. 2 RBIs.
Yes, it was. Now Adam Enyart steps up, the guy you want if you need some quick scores. He's got 5 homers and 22 RBIs, picked up 2 last night in what was a spectacular 9th inning rally for these Crabs. Scored 4 runs and really, you know, stamped their place here in the PEL. I just feel like the PEL this year, Ryan, is so much more competitive than it is last year. The Packers brought some great players, and so did the Crabs, so did the Lincoln Potters. It has just been incredibly competitive.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we saw that usually. I mean, at least last year, the Packers went on, I think, a 20-win streak. It was insane. It was a long time before they faced a PEL team that really stepped up and gave them a challenge, but it's good to see early competition and early good competition. And maybe this loss, like we said in the beginning of the broadcast, will be good for the Packers.
Hey, here comes the 1-2 from Combs. The pitch, that one is hit hard, but foul. Just a little late on that one.
Well, it's a good thing they're going to rebuild that Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, I'm sure that building has been hammered by balls. Combs looks in at the belt. Leg kick fires. Checked his swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Combs rings up Enyart, and the fans love it. That is strikeout number 4 on the day for the Packers.
Yeah, Packers, I mean, we usually see that there's that trend where the starter will go 3 innings and 5 strikeouts, but not as many strikeouts today, but they've still done a good job at limiting the runs by the Crabs.
Yeah, 10-2 score really shows it. 2 runs scored in the first, then Matt Barnes does a spectacular job cleaning it up. And now Combs in his 2nd inning of work trying to limit the damage. That one is flared. Howard out there, and it is a mix-up there, and they can't figure it out. Campbell was going for it, so Savateri gave it to him. Campbell couldn't get it. Savateri tried it, dropped down, and Souza couldn't pick it up. That ball must have been pretty hot. Not be able to pick it up, but it will go bases loaded.
Yeah, I'm not sure what initially happened there. Maybe miscommunication, because Campbell was coming in hot, but his jump for that to make the catch was just way off. So I'm not sure what transpired out there.
Yeah, that one is registered as a hit, and there have been hits galore tonight compared to last night. Only a combined 10 hits from both teams, or it might actually be more. I think it was a combined 11 hits, actually, from last night. Now there's been 17 so far, and we're not even through 4.5, as that was just nasty there from Combs.
Yeah, he's working really well up there on the mound, and for it being his first appearance for the Packers, he's done a great job at showing off his command and all the pitches he has to offer.
And he fans another right there. Swing and a miss. Now it brings up Houston Hirschkorn, who came into this game batting .364 since then. Not stellar. 0 for 2 tonight. Strikeout, fly out. We'll see what he can do right here. Combs fires. Breaking ball in at the bottom of the zone for a called strike, 0-1. Beautiful pitch placement here from Combs.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I talked about his command. He has just been on one today. He came to play, and he's been working hard at just putting these crab bats away.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2, and Alex Burge couldn't be happier with his pitcher. Burge, if you look at his catching gear from the back, I don't think in a Packers uniform you would not be able to know that he goes to Cal, because it looks like ASU. As that one's hit hard on the ground, Campbell will collect. He'll throw onto second for the out. But yeah, Ryan, I mean, he looks like he goes to ASU because the maroon of the Packers plays well with that gold, and then the camo, you don't even know where his abdomen is.
No, it's fully gone.
So we'll step aside, and we'll be back. New pitcher in for the Crabs as we are back for the bottom of the 5th inning. Max Hippensteel in to pitch out of UC Davis. Went out of Salinas High School, so NorCal kid. He was a two-way baseball player there and has a career ERA of 7.94. But he saw a lot of innings this year, didn't he, Ryan?
Yeah, he did. I mean, 23 innings in 2025. That's a whole lot of work for him. He went 2-1, though, in those 23 innings of work. And, of course, what everyone cares about, 31 strikeouts to just 7 walks, Hugo.
Yeah, 7.83 ERA. Those stats really make him look a lot better than his ERA reflects. However, what I should say, though, with some powerful Packer hitters coming up, he did give up 4 homers. And we'll see. I mean, this has got to be a nice feeling for these Packers, you know, playing against some of their college teammates. You know, a little bit of deja vu, getting to walk into the dugout and face your fellow Aggies, fellow Golden Bears.
It's a reunion.
That's a reunion. 0-1 to Antonelli Savatore is in the dirt. 1-1. Packers 10 runs on 10 hits. So they have not left many guys on tonight. However, the Crabs, 2 runs on a whopping 7 hits. So that one's up high from Hippensteel. Get a final stats check on Caldera, who started tonight for the Crabs. 2-1. That one's up high. 3-1 now to Savatore. He is a guy you do not want to walk. A lot of speed with him. See what happens.
Watch out on this 3-1 pitch. Savatore's dangerous.
That one drops in. Nasty pitch. Starts at Savatore's shoulder and drops right into the zone. Beautiful pitch. That was a changeup. There you can see with the arm side break as that one is in the dirt. Maybe tried with that changeup again and spiked it. So a leadoff walk there for Savatore, much like last inning where he led off with a walk. And now Souza at the plate.
Yeah, Jay Souza, lethal bat up there. He's got 2 singles today. As he watches that one for strike number 1.
And this has been a great day for the Packers. They're really responding. We expected a big win for the Packers following a tough loss. And you know what? Right now, Nolan is on track. Our broadcasting colleague, Nolan, he said, Souza on the hit and run, swings the throw over to second, got him! Great throw down there by Soros. But Nolan, he did say that it would be an 8-run game, and so far it is. What did you think of that throw?
That's, a wonderful throw. We've seen catchers, not just today, but yesterday too. We saw a lot of great throwdowns from both catchers, and it's carried on today. So you love to see good defense from both of these teams and alert catchers.
That you do, as that one is swung on a soft grounder, and it's a called a fair ball. Hippensteel steps on the bag to get the runner. Souza didn't even expect it.
What a job by Hippensteel. I mean, he picked that thing up, scooped it into his glove just a hair before it went foul.
And looking at Caldera's final stats, 4 innings pitched, 10 hits, 10 runs, 10 earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. So a tough outing for Caldera, but definitely something he'll be able to learn from. It's 2 down for your man, Alex Leopard.
And he's been catching fire since that. You know, the first at bat was fielder's choice, but since then he's had that homer and then a 2 RBI single, so his bat's been nice and hot.
And we'll see what Leopard can do here with no one on and 2 outs. He's batting .412 now on the year. So he pops this one up. Over on third base is Morris. He will make the catch, and the Packers go down in order. So we will step aside as Combs heading back out there. And we're back. Top of inning number 6. It'll be Ryan Combs still on the mound for the Pack. His first pitch is fouled off against McNeil. All pink with McNeil going for the little maybe San Diego Padres City Connect look with the bat. He's got that nice little baby blue or teal with the pink. It all, screams something you'd see out of, some sandlot in Venice Beach out there out in San Diego. Drip.
He was matching with the tie-dye uniforms they had the other day, but now it's just, it still looks good. Just doesn't quite match these blue and red jerseys.
Yeah, it's going to be a 1-1. Combs expected to be relieved in the next inning. He's put in a great 2 innings so far. Might be 3 if he can finish this one off, but he has been nothing but dominant. Look at Barnes's final stats on the game. Barnes goes 3 innings, gives up 6 hits, surrenders 2 runs, both earned. Strikes out 2 in 16 batters faced. He walks nobody. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Nastiness there with the changeup.
That's filthy work right there. What a pitch. Slows it down, and McNeil wasn't ready for it.
That he was not. Now the 2-2 in the dirt. Tries to get the chase there, and he does not get it. Combs, though, out of Tennessee, has had much better outing than his fellow teammate who pitched last night. He's looking to turn it around, though. That one is fouled off.
Yeah, you talk about Combs. He had a 60% whiff rate on changeup pitches for Tennessee this year. And again, that's not from my big old noggin. That's from the great analytic mind of Jacob Janicelli.
Yeah, well, he's going into the right profession. He's been spectacular this year as McNeil walks. So now Kawanasaurus steps in. Ryan, are you the type of person, you seem like the type of person to have a favorite dinosaur?
Yeah, I loved dinosaurs growing up. It was something I was obsessed with for a while, so I definitely had a favorite dinosaur, and it continues to just get ruined for me as I get older and new research comes out.
As Kawanasaurus grounds that one 6-4. Will they get it at first? They do. A double play, the first of the game for the Pack.
We saw a couple from them last night, but that one is smooth as ever right there. These middle infielders, we talk about it every game, but they are the best in the country, I think.
Yeah. What is your favorite dinosaur? You got to answer that question. Come on, you're dodging it.
I did not dodge it. A play happened. I let you call it.
Okay, so what is specific dinosaur?
I would say for the longest time it was Spinosaurus, but it continues to evolve with research, and it's becoming more lame. So I would just go Velociraptor.
Well, I got to say it's been actually fun to keep that up. Did you ever have that really massive map of all of the dinosaurs? I remember I used to have a map like that in school.
I wasn't really a loser. No, I'm just messing with you, Hugo. Maybe, I don't know, we had world maps.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. What's your favorite country then?
Favorite country? You got to go USA.
I agree. 1-1, 2 down. Morris at the plate. Oh, another whiff on that nasty changeup. I'd say, you know what? I'd say my favorite dinosaur in modern times is the Kawanosaurus Rex.
I'm speechless, Hugo.
And then in terms of, I was a Triceratops guy. I like the Triceratops.
Yeah, that's a cool dinosaur.
Growing up. The 1-2 in the dirt. You thought I was going to go something really abstract.
Yeah, I would have known it.
Something just crazy. I remember having a dinosaur phase when I was like 5.
That and then straight into emo.
Yeah, just straight into emo right there. I was an emo 6-year-old like you see on South Park.
I don't watch that show.
2-2. I can tell you're Your humor is way too good for it.
Wow.
3-2.
What a compliment.
You're more of a Dilbert guy, reading the comics.
I'm missing the reference there.
3-2. 2 down. Trying to finish things off. Swinging, that one's grounded. It goes off the glove of Combs and over to Sabateri, who fires it on to first. Little assist there in the pack. Get out of the inning. So we will head to the bottom of inning number 6. Thanks for staying with us here. Packers lead 10-2. And we are back. Logan Sutter coming to the plate. It's not every day that a guy with a beautiful swing like Sutter falls out of the sky, you know.
Yeah, you're right. And he's no college dropout. He's going to continue on and go to South Carolina.
Yeah, he's going for his graduate season. He went to Purdue University for 2 years, excuse me. Went 2 years at Folsom Lake College, 2 years at Purdue University, and now gonna spend his last year at South Carolina. I wonder what he's going into, but Purdue is a very, very good engineering school.
Yeah, he was someone that last year he would never let you down.
And he's looking to do that for the Gamecocks down there in South Carolina. He sure as heck didn't let anyone down in Lafayette this year in Indiana. Or is it West Lafayette? Is that where West Lafayette?
My geography on the eastern side of the United States isn't the best.
You get past Mississippi River. I mean, you don't really need to know much.
It's probably helpful to know.
Yeah, it is helpful. Hey, you know where Chicago is, and that's good enough.
I know it's by Florida somewhere.
2-2 is in the dirt. 3-2. The count goes to Sutter. He stretched out his hands for a few swings and misses recently, and they'll be looking to get that here, but also has that power to drive one, put one on University Street. The pitch, and that one is hit straight up, coming in on it. Might end up in foul territory. It will, and making the catch there is going to be Sewell. He saw that ball well off the bat.
If you use that one more time, Hugo. No, you're right, though. He did see it well off the bat.
Well, I mean, it's the last time, assumedly, unless both teams meet in the playoffs, that we will see the Crabs here at Recreation Park. In about a month, Packers will travel up to Humboldt for a road trip as French takes this the other way, and it is going to land foul. That one land on University Street? Potentially.
Yeah.
Nearly could have gone a home run. He could have. He's trying to get one out of here. If he can get one out of here, he would be 3/4 of the way to the cycle. And the way the Packers have been playing, I don't doubt he gets at least one more at bat. Here's the pitch. French hits that one up the middle, and that'll get through for a single. So he is 3/4 of the way. He thought about the going two, and now it is Alex Burge. Jacob, you want to make a prediction for this call, for this left center? Are you saying? He's saying the yellow house. He's saying 531 University Street. And Burge, I mean, he's been getting up on these throws. Either that, Jacob says, or the home of the hound sign on the press box in right field. That would be spectacular. Would be around a 450-foot home run to hit it there. The 1-0, swung on and driven down the right field line. Foul over to the oak tree. It'll be a souvenir for some kid, a player, or one of us.
I don't think anyone's going to bring it up here to us, Hugo.
Well, we actually, funny enough, yesterday when we were setting up for the broadcast, I found a couple balls down there, a few batting practice balls down there, and in the little embankment there.
Did you keep them?
Nope, gave them back to Coach Chris, as all of you should do when you make your trip to Rec Park. Give them back to the players. Pack Empire pays a lot of money for those balls, and they need those balls. And it doesn't matter, dirty or clean.
You're right, Hugo. The team needs those.
Yes, they do. 2-1 with one down. Alex Burge at the plate, and that one is up high, 3-1. Burge out of Cal. Here's the pitch, and he swings and crushes this one. Right field, going back on it. Foul. Big run there for Howard all the way out. And Burge has been turning on some pitches early here. Jacob Janicelli was on his feet for that one as the sun is beginning to set. And in about an inning, we will all not be able to see. But following this inning, we'll have Jacob Janicelli back on with Ryan Moffett or myself. We'll figure it out depending on the pitcher coming in, and we'll talk it over. 3-2 with one down. The pitch, swing and a miss. Sits him down with the high slider. And now it's going to be a pinch hitter. It's going to be Jonathan Kim coming to the plate. Jonathan Kim coming in to pinch hit for J.C. Osario, a guard.
A Wolverine for a Spartan. And Jonathan Kim's been pretty good for the Pack when he comes into play.
Yeah, rocking the maize and blue from Ann Arbor. Someone's in for a strike. There we go. That one falls in. Outside though, 1-0, 2-0. That one called strike. 2-1 count with 2 down. The pitch. That one is up high. 3-1, and moving up is going to be Jacob French on the wild pitch. (3-1) on the way. Kim fouls that one off. He's a guy with a lot of power, much like Sutter.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he has that power potential, but right now, I mean, he's not getting a lot. He's getting a lot of pitches on the edge of the zone, so struggling to find that pitch for him.
Thank you all for sticking with us. Here's that pitch. Fouled off yet again. So a battle here for Kim. You think this guy hates Ohio State?
Definitely. I think you just have to. If you go to Michigan, you have to hate him.
And we'll see. I mean, Ann Arbor, big house there. A lot of culture around Michigan athletics. Kim swings on this one, hits it on the ground to second. Throw on to first by Sewell is in there, and that'll retire the side. So we'll step aside, and we'll be back with the 7th inning as Mason Lerma will come to the plate, or come to pitch, and my fellow Cardinal will join me back on the broadcast for one more inning. And we're back, and we've got the 2 Cardinals in the booth. And ladies and gentlemen, guess what? It's Lerma time here in the Berg. The local kid out of Cardinal Newman High School, UC Davis, Mason Lerma, now on the mound for the Packers. And I've got a fellow Cardinal sitting with me, Jacob Giannicelli. Jacob, Lerma stood out to you this year. Can you tell us a little bit more specifically how he has stood out to you?
Yeah, he's been great. This is someone that Coach Gomes even called me about. We were talking about the pitchers and their numbers and talking about guys who haven't seen a lot of pitches yet, and Lerma has only recorded 16 so far. But of those 16, 14 have been strikes. His command is really great. He gets guys chasing, gets off-speed in for strikes. Just really, really impressive stuff from the former Cardinal as ourselves.
Yeah, Mason has just been dominant ever since going to UC Davis. Got one of the best walk-up songs, an absolute ballad. that Johnny Cash on the mic?
It sounded Cash-like,
Yes.
to say the least.
Yeah. Man who's very familiar with Northern California, especially Folsom Prison. Folsom Prison Blues. Not Lerma, obviously. But Lerma, I mean, being a great athlete, runs in the family with Lerma. One of his cousins was a standout basketball player, women's basketball player at Clovis High School this year, or in Clovis. I think it was Clovis East High School. And she, I think, is in attendance today. I believe her name is Gabby Ramos. I might be wrong on that. We'll
You're
check.
very knowledgeable, Hugo. You're very knowledgeable.
It's a 1-2 count here. Lerma off to a great start.
We've had some great pitching today. Another swing and miss from Lerma.
And he gets the strikeout there. It is Gabby Ramos. She's headed to the University of Nevada, Reno next year. But give us kind of Lerma's, if you were to scout Lerma and explain this to, an MLB team, what stands out?
Sure, I mean, just great command. He's got a fastball sitting around 89, changeup 75, 76, slider 75 to 78. His slider moves really well. He likes to put it down and away in the zone, and then changeup is going to move to his pitching side, so toward a lefty batter like this. And then his fastball, you can put it anywhere. And what's great, I did a little bit of film study on Lerma. He tunnels his pitches really well. So through his delivery and up until the ball is about halfway to the batter, it looks the same. It's coming out the same way. His delivery is the same, even with that, aggressive leg kick he does in the middle. But he is very deceptive and very intentional about all his pitches.
Well, he works quickly, as we're seeing, not even 15 seconds between each pitch, which will really help him translate to the pros. Is he a guy that if you were an MLB exec, would you go after him?
Of course. He's a very aggressive pitcher. His outing last game gave up a first pitch single, and then similar to that one on a kind of a line drive. The next batter, he went fastball, curveball, fastball for a 3-pitch strikeout, and it looked impossible to hit. Just really great stuff, and does not let a hit such as that one, such as the one that he had early in the last game, affect him moving forward. Really great out of the stretch, really great pickoff moves for Lerma.
Yeah, I mean, he's been spectacular. Gives up that base hit and gives another hard hit ball that will fall in for another base hit. But obviously someone that really surprised people this year in the Big West. Pitched to a 1.01 ERA there. Had a clutch outing. I believe it was against UC Irvine to close the game out there. Or it might have been UCSB. Your brother heading to that conference, presumably next year with UCSB. Has Lerma been big with your brother's pitching development? How often do they talk? Is he someone that your brother looks up to?
Well, Newman is great that all the alumni like to come back and support the younger guys. And, you see guys like Anane, who's the Newman Newman player from a little while ago, comes back to a lot of the games. Cody Guy's been back. And it's really just a great alumni system. And a lot of the guys want to support each other and be there to help the next guys develop.
Yeah, I saw Anane, Raul, Cody. I've seen them out here. Blake Bryson, all Newman guys that were on that 2022 and 2023 squads that just dominated. And you know what? You don't need to go very far to find another Newman alum that is watching Lerma right now. Tanner Bradley's over in the bullpen for the Pack. He gave in a great start. Tell us a little bit about Tanner.
I mean, you saw it yesterday. 8 strikeouts. Really effective. Or Monday, rather, or Tuesday. Really effective. All his stuff worked. Another guy who really just likes to attack batters. High confident guy. Oregon is lucky to have him.
And now Lerma looking for the strikeout. 1-2. 1 down, 2 on. The pitch. Offers at it.
Good
he
spot.
did not go.
Good spot, just no chase. He gets those guys. He gets them swinging. He had in his 16-pitch outing last game, he threw 10 of them outside of the zone, but got 6 swings on them. So his chase numbers are really strong.
And here comes
back to the deception that he has. you don't know until it's almost by you, whether it's a fastball or a changeup or a curveball diving out of the zone.
Well, that's huge. That's huge for a guy like Lerma, who's only a sophomore heading into his junior year, and he's a true junior out at UC Davis. Made a big impact there his freshman year under the new coaching staff. They've been aggressively recruiting Northern California. As Lerma fires this one, it's hit on the ground to Sutter, and it goes off of his wrist. A run will score, and now runners into third and into second. So tough break there for the Pack.
Well, the Packers better be careful. This is how the game opened up last night with the errors. You got to support your pitchers. Let them do what they can do.
So runners move over. Now second and third. But, yeah, specifically talking about these Crab hitters, they have been able to work a lot of full counts and work a lot of hitters counts. They've been very disciplined at the plate. Have the stats backed that up?
Well, you see today they got 10 hits against pitchers that I've been really high on. Lerma teammate Matt Barnes early in the game, his slider was working really well, throwing it for strikes. And then we saw Combs after that, and his changeup really moves well. It's thrown around 73 miles an hour, about 15 less than his fastball and 5 less than his slider and curve. And that moves glove side or hand side, ball side, same the way that his fastball moves, but it's thrown much slower and drops a bit at the end. It's another really hard pitch to hit from Combs. And then Lerma, of course, is very good. And through all that, the Crabs have 10 hits and 3 runs, looking to add on more.
Yeah, Lerma, excuse me, Combs, he mentioned that changeup being only 5 miles per hour lower than his curve. As Lerma, great job showing that pitchers are athletes too on that fielding attempt, keeping the runners at bay, staring them down. Very intense guy, but Combs, very similar to almost like a Trevor Hoffman with that really slow changeup.
Yeah, I would have loved to talk more about Combs. He made quick work in the 4th inning when I first spoke. Really effective. One of the only guys who throws an off-speed pitch more than his fastball. At Tennessee this last year, he threw his changeup more than his fastball. And it's a really effective ball side pitch. Much slower, really great downward and ball side movement. Really hard to hit.
Yeah, Lerma fires that slider in there at the bottom of the zone for a called strike. 0-1 with 2 down. The pitch is fouled off. Houston Hirschkorn, one of Lerma's teammates at the plate right now over at Davis.
You can likely expect a chase pitch here from Lerma, ahead 0-2 in the count. Just make sure it doesn't get past Burge, that catcher back there. But Lerma loves to throw a chase pitch, especially ahead in the count.
Yeah, Mason Lerma was absolutely dialed at Cardinal Newman High School, and he actually ended Hideki Prather's high school career. Funny enough, he struck him out once in that game. Newman, offensive excellence indeed in that game. 10-0 mercy ruling of Campolindos. That one's up high from Lerma, 2-2. But,
Lerma perhaps setting up a high fastball into a changeup, very Barry Zito-like. Zito used to throw that high fastball and then his huge 12-6 curve. We'll see if Lerma can find perhaps the bottom of the zone after the 2 high ones.
2-2, 2 down. The pitch, swing, and that one is clubbed over, and Sutter loses it again. No play, another runner scores. Now 10-4. But Jacob, let's talk specifically about you. Out of Villanova University, what have you been doing over there?
I'm studying management, information systems, and business analytics, minoring in AI as well. Very blessed to be a part of the Villanova Business School. Really great program, great teachers, great classmates. And then also on the side, doing a little bit of work for the intramurals program. You're looking at the commissioner over there, actually.
Nice.
New position.
Still playing basketball over there?
Still a little bit. Not as much as in high school. A lot of shape, but still love it.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we have a regular Jalen Brunson sitting next to us here. Did you ever?
Brunson and I are very similar. We get a lot of comparisons.
Yeah. Did you ever before when you're at Newman, was Villanova at the top of your list of colleges?
Well, it was up there. It's one of those where pretty far out of the state, out in Pennsylvania, and I'm very close to home, very close to my family, and so definitely was not on my mother's first choice of schools for me to go to. But as anyone knows, you step on a school as that ball gets away from Burge. As I'm sure many of these players out here, you kind of step onto a school and you feel right that you're there. You feel like you can spend 4 years there. And I was lucky enough to have that experience, and it's been great since.
What are you looking to do after college?
I would love to work in analytics. I mean, every kid who's into sports when they're younger wants to work in sports when they're older, and so this is the dream right here. Not announcing perhaps, but working behind the scenes doing analytics for someone like great pitch, someone like the Giants or the Padres.
Well, Lerma strikes out another hitter there. Tough inning for the Pack, but Healdsburg's got hot bats, and we'll be right back as we head to a break. Jacob, thank you for stopping by. We'll hopefully have you back on after the inning.
Hey, we're back in Healdsburg. I was just warming up the old tongue, getting ready to broadcast. I'm here with Jacob Janicelli. He was just breaking down all the numbers for you last inning. And how fun is this, Jacob, being up here in the booth?
It's fun. It beats analytics some days.
Wow,
Days.
that says a lot.
A nice change of pace, and I have very good co-hosts. And
Hugo's pretty
you
good.
You and Hugo.
There's a strike right there. Or no, that's a miss. So you might have to start calling pitches. You know more about him than me. It's Grimmer up. Blake Grimmer out of Tennessee.
How have you liked Grimmer so far?
I've liked him a lot. I mean, first game on with the Packers, and he's had a great start. I mean, he had that single, and then he got hit by a pitch, but he's been able to get on for the Packers, and that's really all you need in a game here against the Crabs, where they're starting to come back a little, so they're going to need to get back on and get some runs here.
Gonna need our batting to support our fielding, which has been the only weak point in the game so far.
Definitely, as this one hit hard but foul over towards the bullpen of the Crabs. So yeah, coming up this inning, Blake Grimmer, Cade Campbell, and Antonelli Salvatore. All guys who have been on base, and Campbell had an RBI earlier. The pitch to Grimmer, real inside there. Count.
I was looking forward to perhaps talking about our other Cade. And
Yeah.
Cade Ladoff, one of my favorite players so far.
I
Not
mean,
in
he's
the
been
lineup.
electric. He's been electric for the Packers. And
Not in the lineup so far, but really, really has been effective. One of the hardest hitters on the Packers roster. Average exit velo is the highest on the team for Cade Ladoff.
Wow, what is that?
Exit velo
Yeah.
or the number?
Exit velo. What's the
That
number
is
on that?
it's about 84. 84.
Holy.
Whenever he gets a ball in play, that's the average.
Yeah, you talk about him making an impact. It's almost every at bat. He had that walk-off earlier, but it's not just walk-offs. He's constantly getting on for them and getting quality at bats.
Hit the ball hard, make the defense make an even harder play.
Exactly.
And now his fellow Cade.
Yeah,
Up to
Cade
bat.
Campbell up here. First pitch he saw was a little wild, bouncing off the backstop. The pitch to Campbell. He swings on that. That was a high pitch there.
Campbell really well at hitting the pitches high and away. It's his highest slugging zones are middle and the middle low, but also high and away. Does really well hitting for power and also high above the zone as well.
Wow, that's a really cool breakdown for those, I guess you can't see, but as this lined out into center, and that'll drop in front of Pappas. So make it a single for Cade Campbell. But I was talking about Jacob has this great sheet in front of it. It's breaking down all of these batters, and it breaks down the hot spots that these batters have in the strike zone. Have you ever worked with something like this, like the TrackMan setup?
This is very new this summer, but learning every day how to be better with it, how to learn more and get more information. That last pitch was low middle, and according to my chart from the stats so far this year, one of Cade's hot spots being low middle.
He's learning on the fly, but he's pretty darn good at it. So here's Savitere. First pitch he sees is going to be a strike. So Hippensteel getting ready. He comes set. And here's the pitch. Down low in the dirt. 1-1 count.
We spoke earlier about Savitere being a very, very disciplined hitter. Not going to go for those low chase pitches.
He's well disciplined. He's a patient batter in there in smaller strike zone than some of his teammates who are just towering athletes. He's right there. It's now 1-2 for Savitere.
Easy to classify him as a, try and get a walk, small ball hitter, but he has 3 home runs this year, and most were no doubters.
Yeah,
he has a lot of power.
Grounds this one, and they're going to go for the double play. The Crabs get it. A great play there from Cameron Sewell. A little do-it-yourself play. So that'll wrap up the bottom of the 7th here. Crabs hold the Packers scoreless, and now we're going to head to the top of the 8th. Jacob and I will be back in just a few moments.
Great to have her throw out the first pitch. She did a great job.
All right, top of the 8th in Healdsburg, and leading off for the Humboldt Crabs is Hugo Traverso's favorite dinosaur, Kawanosaurus. You got a favorite dinosaur, Jacob?
Hugo.
Wow, the Hugosaurus. I've heard of that one. It's pretty rare.
It's my favorite.
Native to Italy. First pitch to Soros. That's
Great
in there
spot.
for strike one.
Caught the outside corner on that slider.
Is that a hot spot for Lerma, hitting that outside part of the zone?
He is a corner painter.
And a wonderful play there. We're talking about corners. How about the hot corner? Logan Sutter diving to get that out.
Bit of redemption for this pitcher, Lerma.
Definitely. Not his best inning of work last inning, but, I mean, he's as good as they get. He's got great stuff to work with, huh, Jacob?
Takes a great athlete to be able to flush those mistakes away and move on in the next inning.
Definitely. Baseball is such a mental sport, and if you're not able to forget your mistakes or at least learn from your mistakes and move on with it, then it can be a long game for you. So now going against the leadoff batter for the Crabs, Keenan Morris is going to hit it over to Savitzere, and an easy throw to first will get out number 2. Quick work here for Lerma.
Lerma's doing great. Again, very, very deliberate, not wasting anything. If he's throwing a ball outside of the zone, it's for a reason. He's trying to get a chase or he's trying to set something up. Nothing wasted with Mason Lerma.
Definitely induces some weak contact here.
Great slider for a strike there.
I mean, he's just the man getting that inside part of the zone.
Last outing, 5 balls in play, 4 ground balls. So yeah, getting that weak contact like you were saying.
Yeah. Here's the pitch from Lerma. And a big swing there. Holy cannoli. Jacob Pappas really trying to get a hold of that pitch.
Lerma's feeling it. A little bit of emotion being shown on the mound after that pitch. Love to see it.
Yeah, you love to see that emotion. It's fouled off there by Pappas. I mean, as a fan, seeing the emotion from the players gets you fired up, huh?
You love to see it.
And Lerma, he's not afraid to show it. We see him after some strikeouts, and he'll yell a little. He's not scared. This one popped up. Lerma chasing it. And that'll drop out of play over by the visiting bleachers. And a million children flock to the ball.
Great pitch, slider, low in the zone. 35 over here. Jacob can do just about nothing with that pitch besides what he did. Really, really hard to hit, but a great pitch to throw when you're up 2 strikes on a batter.
Yeah, all he could do was stay alive. So he's got another chance here against Lerma. And Lerma.
Similar spot, a little bit lower.
Yeah, down in the dirt. A good stop, though, by Burge there.
Really, really great defensive game from Burge today.
Yeah, he came to play, and he's had some great throwdowns, some great stops. Just really helping out his pitchers as the count goes full.
Just low once again. Ground ball hitter, ground ball pitcher Lerma is. You'll see a lot low in the zone as that.
Dirty.
It's a really, really, really effective slider. Bottom left, bottom inside part of the zone for another strikeout.
Yeah, you talk about that slider. Lerma just lethal with it. And he holds the Crabs scoreless. A big goose egg in this inning. So Lerma with his redemption, like you said. And now we're going to head to the bottom of the, what is it, 8th? Bottom of the 8th? I don't know how to count.
Bottom 8.
All right, we'll be back in just a few seconds. Welcome in. You're tuning in at a great time. Packers offense is up, and they're looking to do some damage. They've got a 5-run lead, 10-5 here in the bottom of the 8th. Leading off for the Packers is Jace Souza. And on the mound is Brock Lenhart. First pitch there inside, ball 1.
Souza looking for perhaps a high inside pitch to go yard on, one of his best slugging zones.
Here's the pitch to Souza, and he's going to foul that one off.
Well, that might have been the one. That was touching the top part of the zone, a little bit inside, just missed it foul.
Well, maybe he'll get another chance.
You can see that he liked that.
Lenhart going to step off the rubber for a second, regroup, prepare to face Jay Souza, 1-1 count. The pitch, outside.
Souza, a guy with another low whiff percentage, only 6%. We got only 1 miss in his first 50 pitches.
Wow. I mean, he's consistent. That shows. We can say it all we want, but the numbers back it up. Now it's a 3-1 count. Hitters count for Souza. What do you think Lenhart deals here?
Well, we're hoping it's high inside.
All right, well, that's a little biased, Jacob. And right there, it's fouled off by Souza.
Souza's hoping it's high inside.
Yeah, he wants it. He wants it there.
Souza has not historically seen a lot of low outside yet this summer.
So Souza battling here against Lenhart. Here's the pitch. And once more, staying alive.
Another one Souza might have just missed. That was just about middle in the zone. Every hitter's sweet spot, just about.
Well, you've never seen me play. It's my coldest
I have not
zone.
had the pleasure.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's pleasure. As there's the walk. Souza draws 4 balls, and he's going to head over to first. So now coming up to the plate, Alex Leopard. Getting ready to put in some work here for the Pack. He's been solid for them today. He had a home run, and then he had a single later on with 2 RBIs driven in. And a pickoff attempt over on first, trying to get Souza.
Leopard very similar to Souza with that low whiff percentage. Only 2 swing and misses on his first 63 pitches that he's seen so far this summer.
And Souza goes, throw down, not in time. A correction. They're saying they got him. The throwdown from Soros.
If they did, it was on a very, very clever and effective tag by the shortstop.
Yeah, because he was reaching behind him.
That ball was bounced and not very close to the bag. But it got there early enough to where the shortstop got it off the ground, caught it, and reached behind him for that tag.
A tough play there. As this one just smothered by Alex Leopard, and that's going to go foul. I mean, I don't even know where that went. So 0-2 count for Leopard.
Leopard, a great low ball hitter. I almost saw it with that one, but just fell.
And that pitch right there missing outside. Soros trying to frame it up. I don't know if you saw that. Sneaky catcher.
Leopard favors the inside corner of the plate.
Well, we'll see what Lenhart gives him here. Down low.
Off speed at just 69 miles an hour on that pitch. But a
Slowing
very
it
good
down.
0-2 chase pitch.
Here it is. Leopard lays off. They're checking, and they'll say he did not swing. So now it's a full count here for Alex Leopard. Looking to get on here for the Pack any way he can, and only one down in this inning. And he's going to let that go by upstairs, and he's going to get the free base. Little free 90 for Alex Leopard. So now Logan Sutter coming up. He's got Leopard over on first, and they're working with one out. What are Logan Sutter's tendencies, Jacob? What kind of hitter is he?
He can hit the ball anywhere on the field. He can go inside out. He can go with an outside pitch. He can pull it inside pitch. High, low. He does favor the middle part of the inside and outside, as well as the high cheese above the zone. He's been known to do really well against.
All
So just
about
a
that
really,
cheddar.
really, he's all about that cheddar. Really, really versatile hitter.
He's like a mouse, but bigger. As that pitch misses up high, 1-1 count.
A lot of comparisons between Logan Sutter and mice these days.
Yeah, I've heard it. It's been
So
going
it's
around
what-
on social media.
That's what we hear.
Yep. We're not saying it. We're just saying we've heard it. We didn't start the rumor.
A lot of rumors fly up here in the top left corner of the stands here at Rec Park.
Yeah. A lot of weirdos up here. So after that foul ball, it's a 1-2 count for Logan Sutter. We'll see. Oh, and
Sutter takes a bit of an aggressive approach when he bats. He's been known to chase a few pitches, especially change-ups, it seems. 70% chase percentage on change-ups so far this summer.
wow. So he likes it. He's getting thrown off by the off speed, and it happens once more. He goes down swinging. Lenhart sends him back to the dugout. 2 down now for the Crabs.
Tempted him with the high cheese. A little
Yeah.
higher in the zone there, but fast enough to get by Logan Sutter.
Little rat trap there from Lenhart. So it's now Jacob French, who has been hot today. Home run away from the cycle.
Well, if he wants the home run, he's looking middle, as are many hitters, but also low and in as his next best slugging zone.
Likes to get around on those inside pitches. Lenhart fires. Oof. That looked like a good pitch, and French got a piece of it there.
Rec Park partially favors the lefty hitter. The closest fence is definitely in left, but there's also the deep left center hole that is hard for the right-handed hitters. So the more moderate fence toward the right side of the field is better for the lefty pullers.
Yeah, definitely. Odd dimensions to this park, but, I mean, if you're a lefty, you got a chance out here.
French is another one who hits the ball everywhere. Close, far, warning track power, home run power.
He can do it all. We'll see what he does against Lenhart as he fouls another one off. And I'm kind of surprised Alex Leopard's still over at first. Lenhart's been able to keep him there. A couple throwbacks to first. He hasn't tried to take off for second yet.
Packers this summer have stolen the base with consistency and aggressiveness.
Yeah, you can capitalize the A on aggressiveness. Coach Gomes loves to steal. There's another foul ball there. Great job by French to stay alive.
Packers are very, very effective two-strike hitters, especially two-strike foul ball hitters. As you watch the games, you'll see a lot of them foul the ball off on an 0-2, 1-2, We had a game earlier this week where our hitters, I believe, had 11, maybe 9 at-bats, where there was a 7-pitch or more at-bat. So fouling off a lot, forcing 3-2 counts, forcing mistakes by the pitcher.
Yeah, and those are tiring if you're a pitcher. This is being chased, and oh boy, Kawanosaurus kind of steps in a hole there. He steps into the dugout steps, which trips him up in his effort to catch that pop fly.
Very scary moment. Glad he's okay, presumably. Did lose his mask in the third base dugout, but has it back now.
Yeah, that's a dangerous area right there, those steps.
Umpire taking his time with home plate, giving the catcher as much time as possible to recover before the next 0-2 pitch.
There's been about 12 0-2 pitches here for
this will be
Jacob French.
About the 5th one of this at bat.
And he'll get a hold of it. It's out towards right field. They're tracking it. And the center fielder, Pappas, got it. Kind of fooled us all there. We thought cycle was in play, but the Crabs clean it up and hold the Packers as they're going to try to get their comeback here in the top of the ninth. Down by 5, 10-5 ball game. We'll be back in just a few minutes with Hugo Traverso and Jacob Janicelli on the mic.
We thank them tremendously. Thank you to all of our 2025 sponsors.
And we are back here at top of the ninth. And alongside me, I'm Hugo Traverso. Alongside me is Nolan Brenner, our broadcast colleague, 4th member of this broadcast team tonight. Nolan, what's your initial reaction to this game tonight?
Packers have come out hot, and their bats have dominated the Crabs pitching from really start to finish. Just timely hitting and timely approaches have blown this thing open for the Pack.
Well, now Mason Lerma trying to complete the 3-inning save. Pack up 10-5 in, yes, you said it, what has been an absolutely dominant game for them.
Yeah, Lerma's really pitched well. I like his stuff where that slider goes away from lefties and that changeup moves into them, really making the hitters off balance.
And that one's popped up. Foul. Mason Lerma working things here. 1-2 count to the man at the plate. Just Cameron Sewell. Sewell waits. Lerma delivers. That one is hit on the ground. Savateri over on it. He makes the catch. Throws it on to first for the out. 1 down. Lerma wins it against his rival from Sacramento State University. That's got to feel great for him. But a great job by Savateri to move over and cover that one.
Yeah, it's going to be a pitching change here, but that last pitch for Lerma, way down in the zone, causing Sewell to go down and get it, which eventually led to that rollover. Great pitch there to end his night from Lerma.
Yeah, Lerma, fantastic job from him. He goes 2 1/3, and he's been great all year for the teams he's played for. Gets it done tonight for the Pack. New pitcher on the mound for Healdsburg is Tucker Bougie, and we'll dive into his stats in just a moment. And we're back, and new pitcher on the mound for the Pack is Tucker Bougie.
Yeah.
Looking to close things out.
Yeah, Bougie actually had a fun fact, has had 2 plate appearances this year for the Packers. 0 for 1, though, with a walk.
Yeah, he's been stellar defensively for the Pack out of Cal Berkeley. He pitched 10 2/3 there. Had a great.
Yeah, he's
Great year
pitched 10 2/3 on the year, 10 strikeouts in those.
Only 8 walks. He's been solid, and he's got a 1-2 count right here against Adam Enyart, a man who goes to school just a bit south through the tunnel and into the East Bay. Enyart grounds this one on a high hop from deep short. Cade Campbell makes the play.
Really nice play from Campbell right there, actually moving backwards to have that good hop. Gets it, fires, and throws on for the out.
Well, now here comes Tyler Howard trying to keep things moving for the Crabs, who are down to their final out. Tucker Bougie would close this thing out. Came in for his fellow Packer, Mason Lerma, who actually goes to school with.
Yeah, Crabs
Howard.
desperately need a base runner, but Bougie not looking like he's going to surrender many on this appearance.
Yeah, it's going to be a quick one for him, and the emergency pitcher for these Packers. The 0-1. Swing, and that one is lined deep. Back on it is Leopard. He's over to his left, and he makes the catch. The Packers win the series. They take this game 10-5 on 10 runs, 12 hits, and 2 errors. Drop the Humboldt Crabs, who dropped their second of the year, go 5 runs on 10 hits. Nolan, what are your final thoughts on just this series in general?
Well, apart from that middle game, the Packers had great approaches in their at-bats, and I really liked how they swung the bat.
Yeah, well, great job from the Pack. They move to 9-1. Crabs drop to 13-2. Big win for the Healdsburg Prune Packers. They will be back tomorrow at Friday at 6 p.m. against the West Coast Kings in what will be another great series in the Pac Empire League. Crabs, they travel to Lincoln, California. They will be heading there for a 3-game series, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They'll be up there tomorrow at 6 p.m. You can catch both those games here on YouTube. Packers game, though, is the one you do not want to miss. Packers are going to play the West Coast Kings here at 6. It'll be Ryan Moffett and Nico Horning on the call. But for all of us here at Prune Packers YouTube, it has been myself, Hugo Traverso, my partner, Nolan Brenner, our guy, the analytics Mr. Numbers, Jacob Janicelli, and the man on the field, your pilot broadcaster, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Moffett. Can catch his post-game interview on the gram at Prune Packers. Thank you all for joining us. Pack, get the win, win the series. Adios.